It's like almost June, and I did something. I did something almost 3 months ago that I just have kept to myself, I guess. Well, I don't know what's going on with my brain, but I think that I want to tell you about it. It was really freaking cool. Really, really good experience. I'm really glad that I was invited. I'm really happy and thankful. And I think that I gained some very helpful and neat perspectives that I think that y'all would also just love to gain. First and foremost, AID Canada. What the fuck, right? Okay, so AID is a company, stands for Autism and Intellectual Disability Education Canada. They are located in BC, British Columbia, and basically their main shtick is to provide educational resources regarding autism and intellectual disabilities. At their physical location, they hold a lot of activities and programs physically for autistic people and people with intellectual disabilities. Bones cracking ASMR. Then they have a website, which they have a lot of newsletters. So that's actually how I knew them and met them originally. They reached out to me about a year ago, and I actually wrote a newsletter for them that's published there by Paige Layle. Tips for how doctors can make their practice more autism friendly, which I will link down below if you guys want to go see it. They also make a lot of educational videos and clips and graphics and posters. They have seminars, webinars you can sign up to watch. They have a lot of Zoom calls. They offer a lot of free resources for autistic people, for people with intellectual disabilities, for families, for caretakers, for social workers, for doctors, for a lot of people. I've known them for a minute, and I've worked with multiple people within the company, including the director, Joanna Neffs. Everyone is just great and lovely. Most of their staff is neurodivergent, and I think over half is autistic. And even before seeing the physical building, I was like, yeah, AID's pretty cool, right? I felt like a weird in my heart about the idea of working with any kind of autism company, because a few years ago, up on TikTok specifically, I cared so much about what other people thought, man. And we the autism folk on TikTok just roasted the shit out of every autism company. To be fair, Autism Speaks, there are autism companies that are better than others. Okay, obviously. But I was just scared and nervous that everyone's gonna be like, no, Paige is working with whom, what, where. So I was like, do your fucking research, girlfriend. As you'll see, a lot of autism places are way better than they used to be. I'm really happy. So then a year-ish later, I get an email from Joanna, the director, inviting me to a conference that they were holding in their headquarters in BC, which in Richmond, which is close to Vancouver. And they're like, it's in a month. It's called the Impossible Conference. What? The idea was Joanna wanted to get together a bunch of autism people throughout Canada. And so by autism people, not just that, autistic people, as well as organizations, all of the autism organizations in Canada, as well as doctors and physicians and psychiatrists, as well as police officers, as well as some teachers, different caretaker social workers, different parents of autistic people, and big demographic to talk about specifically 4 impossible issues in this community. And so by 4 impossible issues, I'm like, oh, what the fuck? These 4 problems seem to be impossible. We keep going back to these kind of problems. How do we solve this? And who is going to solve this? AID is okay, we are. Let's get this going. Whoa, this could have been a real stanky trip if it weren't for the sponsor of today's video, Native. Thank you, Native, for sponsoring today's video, or else we could have all just stank up the whole plane. Or my mom would have complained a lot more on the car ride home. Or the people in the conference. Man, when I am stressed, I sweat. Did you know that? Native is my go-to deodorant. Should be y'all's too, because Native has the best ingredients. Their non-sticky formula feels dry applying, so I don't get any of the sensory icks. And Native has a whole line of plastic-free deodorants, which is so dope. Each plastic-free deodorant thing saves 37 grams of plastic that you would have had in like a regular deodorant thing and just toss in the trash. 37 grams. Doesn't that feel good? Doesn't that feel good? Native is also a part of 1% for the Planet, which means that 1% of their plastic-free deodorant sales go to supporting environmental nonprofits. Native is aluminum-free, vegan, and cruelty-free. 72-hour odor protection. Yes, yes. I smell fresh even after a hike. I'm telling ya. My favorite scents, I mean, y'all have heard me talk about this a lot. Coconut and vanilla is the OG, but I'm also loving lilac and white tea. And the citrus and herbal musk is, hear me out. Y'all will get this when you're feeling more masculine. You know, it's like, it's more man-scented. It's more masculine scented, 10 out of 10. And they also have new and limited edition scents all the time. You just gotta stop in and check in. They just did a whole thing with the candy shop collection where they had like all different candy scents. They got cool ones usually around like Christmas and fall that just pop up, and they're really good and smell nice. Native also doesn't just have deodorant, they also have shampoo, conditioner, toothpaste, body wash. The whole 9 yards. This month for Pride, yay, June Pride. Native is donating $75,000 to the Trevor Project, which is pretty dope. The Trevor Project, if you guys did not know, is the world's largest suicide prevention organization for LGBTQ youth. Y'all can use my code ROYALE4, and that's gonna get you 20% off your first order at Native, which also you can click the link down below. That's gonna get you there ASAP Rocky. That is, again, ROYALE4. 20% off of your order. This is site-wide, but only for a limited time. Comment down below what you get if you do order. I want to know what scents you get. I just ordered the cucumber and mint for the first time. I'm like, I feel like this is a good one to have. I don't know. So I'm excited to try her. Anyway, thank you so much, Native, for sponsoring today's video. And I can't wait to get back and tell you guys more about all of the stuff I've been doing. A different day, wearing the same shirt. Goodbye. Interesting. The 4 problems. First one, how can we best advocate for people who can't advocate for themselves? Number 2, what are we gonna do about helping people with self-interest behaviors? How are we going to? Let's freaking figure that out. Number 3, how can we get mental health help like to rural areas? And number 4, how can we best help autistic adults and older autistic people and people with intellectual disabilities? The 4 big ones, I think. I don't know. I'm just one gal. What can I do? I would like to see it. But I'm like, I can't just drop everything and dip off to BC. Oh, wait, I can. They said they're going to give me a travel bonus. And so I was like, I can now. I'm still waiting for that, though. It's been 3 months. I'm still waiting for that. So I went there. Went with my mom, flew on an airplane, which I realized that I'm really good at the airport and at airplanes. Well, I mean, it's within Canada, so it wasn't like I went through customs and stuff, which I don't love super well, but I'm still, I think, okay at. I went through it like a year ago with my best friend. Because I've never went on a plane and done stuff alone, man. That's too old for me. I'm like, I'm not that old yet. I can't do that. I need to go with my mom. Because none of my friends could do stuff in the middle of March on a Wednesday. No, because I wanted to go with my mom. I chose to go with my mom. Love you, mom, dope. But I realized I don't need to go with my mom. I'm actually better at directions than mom is. So we go there, and we were going to be there for a few days. And mom and I were like, Ovs, we're going to stay here for the weekend too. Because we're in Vancouver, there's a humongous outlet mall. So we did dabble. So I go in the first day, and so I walk in this space, and I was like, the entire morning, my stomach hurt so bad, and I was freaking out. I don't know who I am, and I'm just gonna enter this random building with all these professionals by myself. So I just like mosey on in there, do. I'm like, I don't know anybody or anything, what's going on. So I see Joanna come up, hi, Paige. I'm like, hi. Like, I recognize her face and stuff. She was way taller and way, like, she was absolutely stunning. I'm like, what the heck? What are you doing? And she's like, hi, welcome. Go over here and sign in. And so I'm like, okay, good. I know Joanna, which is awesome because she, like, is the main top dog. So I'm already, like, I'm in, you know? Go over to this table that's got all this stuff, all these bags. And they're like, cool, hi, who are you? Like, you signing in? I'm like, yeah, I'm Paige Layle. And then next to me is someone, SF, who I also worked with on the thing. And I was like, oh my God, SF, hello. The two people I know, one left. And then I know no one else. First of all, no one there was younger than me, except lies. One gal had a baby and she, like a 2-year-old, and the 2-year-old was there. Besides that, I was the youngest person. I'm also autistic and across the country and terrified. So I'm like, I got my new bag. I'm like, cool. Got my little name tag. I'm like, oh, fuck, all right. Now, of course, I don't feel comfortable at all until I survey the entire area. And so I start walking around, avoiding eye contact with everyone because I'm like, I can't say hi to you. I can't. I don't know what's going on yet. So I'm like walking around, drinking my water, like, you know, trying to be a normal person, looking around. No one like talked to me or whatever. Joanna came up one time because I sat down. I was like, can I sit down here? And Joanna's like, yes, you can sit down. We had breakfast, like they fed us breakfast and lunch and dinner the last night. Really fucking good dinner. Mom meets Jordana. I meet Jenny, Jordana's partner. Love them. Jenny's a Cancer, Jordana's a Leo. They're perfect. They have 3 kids, Nellie, Oscar, and Abby. And they were just sharing so many stories of them, sharing so many pictures and memories, and just like how awesome their kids are and how much they love them. They sound like really dope parents, really good people. I had an amazing night, loved them, would love to see them again someday. The idea of helping people who don't speak, there are like augmentative and alternative communication methods. But this specifically, the issue that we see is what can we do if that person is in so much distress that they can't communicate using those methods? Is there a way that we can understand them? And they came up with an idea of like, I don't know, some kind of, they were just ballpark ideas, bracelet or like little thing, little card, little slip that goes in the pocket, little thing in the car, something that someone can scan or in some way access their health information. An autistic person is in the hospital but, you know, can't speak, won't speak. They're not going to get bombarded with questions. They're not going to get, you know, it's not going to be wild. They can just scan it and figure it out. Previous whatever, find out your blood type, whatever people need. And as we started talking, then that became a big discussion because, well, one autistic gal was like, that's just going to stigmatize autistic people and point autistic people out even more, or people with intellectual disabilities too, having an identifier. I was like, anyone could use that. And people are like, yeah. And the girl was like, no, don't take this away from autistic people. I'm like, anyway, it's like pronouns. I think anyone could benefit from that, right? Like, especially given that it's so hard in Canada. Like, I've never had access to my medical documents. My doctor does. I've never, like, I don't know that shit. Anytime I go in there, I try to read what he writes in the little board. And I'm like, you got that in when I was 10? That I came in here grumpy? Like, that's so weird. And apparently places in Canada, like in Alberta, they have stuff like that. And that's what makes it so easy. Like, they can go to the clinic and they don't have to go and get their test results. They can just scan it like on the internet. Beep, bop, boop. Results. So cool. So anyway, they were just thinking of like that as an idea because as they got to talking, that was just a big issue that they really wanted to bring up and talk about in regard to that population. There was another group. Like, one of the topics split into 2 different groups. And I almost want to say it was that one. Next topic was about older autistic people. And this presentation was presented by an older autistic person who was saying, like, there are no things for autistic adults, let alone autistic seniors. It's kind of like you can go to like a senior's home, right? But amount of like miscare that happens in seniors' homes already is ugh! And then when they're autistic or have an intellectual disability, social workers suck. And there's not enough help out there, first of all. One thing that we want to do for older autistic people is to have more teaching and funding for events for them. Stuff for them. Stuff that they want to do. But all in all, like, I'm so glad that I went. I'm so glad that it happened. And I'm really glad that I met people. I'm really sad. People from the Autism Nova Scotia gifted me like a huge thick book, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And then literally I like had to leave for some reason. I just dropped it and left it for like I put it on the seat and then booked it and completely left it in BC. And I wanted to cry. I actually did cry. I was very upset. After the presentation, I kind of was like, oh, to introduce myself, hi, my name's Paige Layle. I do internet stuff. And everyone's like, I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it was her. I already texted my boss. People were like, can we get pictures after together? Thanks, that'd be dope. Then people were like introducing themselves to me a lot after, like, as we were leaving and stuff, and networking and messaging each other. Everyone was so freaking cool. Every person in that room was in that room because autism was important to them. Okay, well, that's it. I'm going to eat more carrots now and go teach dance. Okay, well, y'all have a good motherfucking day. I'll talk to you later. Love you. Bye. So I paid someone else to edit this for me because I don't like editing. I don't want to ever at all. That's why I did TikTok. I was like, I don't want to edit things. But I also am a control freak and so terrified of people looking at my stuff like that. And like, it's so vulnerable. You know, I'm like picking my nose and picking my split ends and stuff. And I give this raw footage to somebody. And it's so scary. And it's only been the second time that I've ever had someone else edit a video for me. The only problem for this video, I gave the editor like an hour and a half of raw footage of me talking about this conference. And I shared a lot about, or I thought I did. I thought I shared a lot more valuable information. It's very fair and to say that maybe I didn't. And the editor was like, this is boring, and cut it out. Got really frustrated and disappointed when I saw this because I feel like it missed the point, which was I wanted to talk about what we did and what we talked about and the people, the autism organizations and the leaders of them, because I wanted you guys to know who they were and what they were like, and also what came out of it, the conference, the 4 problems that we talked about. That's not really in this video too much. So think of it more as like a little teaser to getting into more about the conference. So I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna make another video where I'm going to design it better, but also I'm gonna edit it myself. The first time someone edited something for me, that video got a copyright strike. I got it removed though, but the other problem is the brand is like, hey, can I see that video now? I'm like, this is the only one I got ready. And I got this ready for you. I knew that I was going to put this ad here in this video and it needs to be ready. Here it is. It's either that or I don't know. I have no other choice. Oh, I fucking hate that. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. Sorry that it's not all of the material and information that I wanted it to be. And I also just want to clear that up with y'all to let you know that I know that. And I bet you have so many questions about like what the fuck actually happened in the conference. Talk about these impossible problems and stuff. That sounds like those are problems that I also want to know what you guys talked about. And if you're thinking that, then please know that I also think that and I also care a lot, and I'm going to tell you in a different video. Okay, well, like what? Are you gonna take another week editing my video? No, I don't have another week. It's my fault. And knowing me, I'll probably never get someone else to edit my videos ever again. Tried it twice. Nope. That's it for me. All done. I knew it was a bad idea. I knew it the whole time. Hey, now I have a chance to add the end of the video song, so that's cool. So, take it away, and I'll see you when I see you. This is the end of the video song. This video's to tell you the video's done. If you're hearing this, it's because the video's done. Go watch another one. Boop, boop. Have a good day. Love you so much. Bye.